What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and the patch notes were released for Scarlet Witch and Vision, but we have some other unexpected surprises in this patch, and they are freaking spectacular, and they're definitely what we have been asking for, and I think a little bit more. So let's check this out. So, you got the Greetings Agents, the Steven Fragment, and Marvel Future Find. I'm not going to read all this stuff. You got the 5-3 patch. You can see the times that they're going to be scheduled, which is very soon. And then we have Scarlet. So here we get a look at what Scarlet looks like, and she looks absolutely beautiful. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love you, girl. And you see we got the sale for the uniform, 875 crystals, which is awesome, especially for a native tier 2 character. And she is a superhero, and if you notice, she is a universal. Now, I don't know if that's a typo, but universal could mean that this girl could replace Captain Marvel for Universal ABX Day, which is dope, my friends. Now, I looked at her uniform effect. She has increased mind damage by 30%. This is only 5% more than her last uniform. The decrease all damage received is exactly the same. So that's kind of disappointing. I wish they'd done a little bit more for her there. And then she has the applied self, increase all attack by 20%, all defenses by 20%, and all speed by 1%. I can't remember if her passive has that kind of effect or not. Well, I'll take a look at that in a little bit. But then she gets a paralysis for a second and a half, has mind resistance down that goes up to 100%, that's good. But it isn't going to work against Null and Mephisto. And then she gets a damage accumulation. Now, this is something new for Scarlet, and I'm very happy to see it, although I really wish it had been more than 0.4% increase of all attack. It seems pretty shy, honestly. I really would have rather seen plus 1%. I think that would have been a lot better, but we'll see. You just never know. Depending on how many hits she does with this new uniform, how much damage she's actually accumulating, it's really just going to depend on how much damage she deals. So it could be misleading to see this low damage accumulation, but still, having damage accumulation is still much better than not having it all. And then we have moving using the V-pad while using, which is great. So the same as before, you can take the third skill, move it around, and you got the 100% chance to move the area when an enemy has to place a special effect. You got remove effect, and I'm not going to go into all that. Decrease of mind resistance stacks up to 100%. Applies to world boss, and then has an all defense down. It only starts off at 1%, stacked at 50%. Again, all these all defense downs and mind resistance downs aren't very good against Null and Mephisto. They're not applicable there. But in the regular world bosses, they are, except for the last two phases of Thanos. And then, of course, we got the heal. We still have the reflect. So a lot of things are looking still pretty familiar. She's got the mind control. We'll see if this mind control actually lasts for 10 seconds like it always has, or if it only lasts for 2 seconds. And it says damage received increased by 6%. So that's pretty cool. So whenever she applies mind damage, she's going to actually deal more damage by receiving more damage, which is actually pretty cool. And then she got the mind resistance down again. And then she has the deal burn damage and mind resistance down. Then she's got 7 seconds invincibility, which is actually really good for Null. But I want you all to notice something about this, and I hope to God this is a typo. Look at the cooldown on that 5th skill. Look at that thing, 27 seconds, and you cut that in half. That, my friends, is a 13.5-second cooldown. Say what? And that's not a good say what, that's a bad say what. 13.5 seconds? That is way too damn long. So she's probably not going to play very well with a proc at all. Currently, right now, she has low cooldowns, and she's fairly easy to play with a proc. I mean, not optimal. A rage or a judgment is still better, but having that long cooldown unfortunately means that it's probably going to be a rage or a judgment. She's not going to be proc friendly having a 13.5-second cooldown. That actually sucks, and it actually disappoints me to see that. And the fact that she has such a long cooldown also kind of makes me wonder how good she's going to be. I mean, you're not even going to have that invincibility. You're going to get 7 seconds of invincibility on a 13.5-second cooldown, which means that you're going to have 6.5 seconds every time that you're going to be vulnerable. So we'll see about iframes. She does have the third skill where she can move around. We'll see. I'm not really all that impressed with Scarlet's kit. Again, we're going to take a look and see if this passive is the same in her old uniform. But then this is when it gets really good. Vision. Vision looks insane, my friends. Superhero, which is surprising. I thought he'd be a villain. 875 crystals for this baby on sale. 30% increase of all attack. Right? Increase all resistances. Look at this. Applies to allies. 20% increase of all attack. and then applies to Scarlet Witch 50% increase of all attack. What? So he is going to be a godly support for Scarlet. But I gotta say, I think Vision is going to be quite the dark horse because he looks absolutely insane when you go further into his kit. So applies itself 100% chance to become immune to physical damage. Okay, reflects 50% of energy damage, up to 100% max attack. So he's got some reflect going on. He has the super armor, which is pretty awesome. Increased skill damage, decrease all damage received by 40%, making him more of a tank, which is what he should be. And then his active 1 skill, nothing really major there. The 2, nothing really major. The 3rd skill, check this out. Before, he had a damage accumulation based on how much damage he takes. They changed it and gave him a damage accumulation based on how much damage you deal, which is awesome. That's freaking fantastic, which means you can probably just cancel the skill and get the damage accumulation. And you can see you got a better damage accumulation than Scarlet, 0.8%, which is actually better. And then he's got the 100% chance for immunity to all damage. Maybe this will refresh. I'm not really sure. It might be just a one second, but I want y'all to notice something. This isn't really applicable for Null and Mephisto, but he's got an all defense down now on his 3rd skill that starts off at 20%, right? And I'm going to show you guys something later where that's actually important, at least for some people. And then on his 4th skill, he has paralysis, which is great in the form of CC. He's got invincibility. He has incapacitation. And then the 5th skill, he's actually got a heal, which is freaking fantastic, right? They gave him a 40% increase of all attack, 30% increase of crit rate. Oh my God. I mean, whoa. He's going to be insane, guys. I'm telling you. I think Vision's going to be a dark horse. I think Vision is going to be pretty massive. That 50% increase of all attack, that's going to buff him too. Oh, no, wait. No, it's only going to buff Scarlet. My bad. But still, I think he's going to be insane. And then you take a look at his tier 3, which has all defense down, does apply to world boss attacks up to 65%, starts up at 30%, my friends. Holy crap. So he's going to build up to 100% super quick, or build up to the max amount of all defense down as fast as possible. So if you have a debuff leadership, he's just going to melt bars, guys. Even if you don't have any Pierce, he's going to melt bars. He's got the ignore target dodge by 80%, which is awesome, especially for Null. You got the damage proc by 50%, 10 seconds of invincibility, and of course the 25% increase of all attack. And then you look at his tier 3. This thing looks fantastic. Look at his tier 3. This thing is awesome. Look at this. He rises up. Look at this. Look at the AoE on that thing. Oh my God. Oh, it's so awesome. I gotta say, guys, it looks like they did a good job on Vision. I'm really, really happy with what I'm seeing here. And then other improvements, and this is the surprise, right? This is a surprise. So what they did was they changed the thing, and now his all defense down actually will apply to world boss. Thank you, Netmarble. Thank you. This is fantastic. This is actually going to make him a lot better. So those of us that did awaken him, I haven't yet, but I actually was planning to for Human Torch. But now he's actually going to be a lot better in World Boss, which is great. The regular World Boss, not against Null and Mephisto, but still, that's really great. However, when you read a little bit further, you see the Maker got a little something too. And this was a big surprise too. So the Maker, now he has a plus 10% decrease of physical damage received, can stack up to 35% on 20-second cooldown, but then he's also got a heal, which is on a 5-second cooldown. That is great. Thank you. He absolutely needed a freaking heal. So now his survivability is going to be a lot better, which was a big problem with the new uniform. And then check this out. They addressed some other issues with the uniform. Damage, my friends. 35% increase of all attack. Say what? That's a massive, massive buff. Oh my God, that's massive. He is going to be so much stronger, but it gets even better than that. On his 4th skill, they changed it from 25% all attack to 40% all attack. They changed the physical damage from 55% to 115%. What? Oh my God. I mean, that thing, he's going to hit so much harder. He's going to be hitting like a truck, guys. And then on his 5th skill, they gave him a 50% damage proc. And this is the skill you land your proc on. So you're going to get your regular damage proc, and it's going to add on with this increased damage by 50%. So the Maker ought to be quite a bit stronger, man. 35% extra increased attack. He's getting another extra 15% more attack on his 4th skill, getting that extra physical damage percentage going up, and he's getting this extra damage proc. And they gave him the physical damage 90% physical attack, whereas before it was 45% physical attack. So they really, really bumped up the Maker. Now, a couple things I want to show you guys that's pretty interesting. So for Scarlet here, you know, they changed that cooldown, right? And it's going to be 27 seconds now, which means it's going to be 13.5 seconds long. When you cut this skill down, it is down to 7.5 seconds, which, you know, having a 7.5 second cooldown and having a 6.5 second cooldown makes it a lot easier to time your procs. Being is that her new fist skill is going to have a 13.5 second cooldown, that is going to make it a pain to use with a proc, which is an unfortunate thing. However, she doesn't have the 20% increase of all attack here, so that means she is going to get a nice buff with this uniform. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play, but I am disappointed that we have that super long cooldown. And Vision here is actually quite interesting because, you know, they are changing his third skill and they're giving him a damage accumulation based on how much damage he deals. But if you notice, you have the all defense down, right? And it starts off at 20%, but it doesn't apply to World Boss. Whereas in the new uniform, it does. None of these uniforms apply to World Boss. And with the new uniform, it will. And why is that important? Well, if you go into World Boss here, and you look at his team bonuses, he has a team up with Shuri, who has a 45% damage on supervillains, and he does his third skill. So when he has that all defense down that actually applies to World Boss, he could be part of a one-shot team, my friends, which is amazing. That could be another one-shot team. You could put Vision and Shuri maybe on the team, make sure you have Weapon Hex as a striker, and then use whatever damage dealer to do the one-shot, maybe even Vision if you can cancel the third skill quickly. We'll see. It's really going to depend on how fast he applies his all defense down from his third skill, but it is a possibility and something that I wanted to note about him. So I'm super happy that Maker and Thing are getting all those buffs, and that Vision's new uniform looks absolutely insane. Scarlet, we will see. It looks awesome. How good it's actually going to be, but I really don't like the fact that we have that long cooldown. So let me know how you're all feeling about these patch notes. Let me know how you're feeling about the reworks for Maker and Thing, and also Vision and Scarlet's uniform. And I do stream on Twitch at Reset from Sunday through Thursday. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.